Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful night. So, Suicide Squad, we're talking about this game again. Now, I've made comparison to Marvel Avengers with this game, but Marvel's Avengers even didn't flop this hard. So the game has been discounted by about 20% off a major online retailer. So at Green Man Gaming, they've discounted the game by 18%, which is still very expensive. I would say at most you should pay for this game, and even that's staying generous, is $5. This game, yeah, it's not worth it whatsoever. And you can see here from the overall public reception from 2,560 reviews, at least from Google, that it has about 2 stars. Yes, the first set of reviews are positive, and with Steam at 9 out of 10 seems a little questionable. Now there is right now a lot of people stating that they're deleting reviews of this game on Steam, and honestly I think that's plausible, but I think the reason they're doing that is because the game is getting so many mass negative reviews that the automatic system is picking it up and just basically flagging those reviews. Maybe I'm wrong about that. If I'm wrong about that, I'll gladly eat my words, but I really think that the mostly positive rating, very positive rating of 83% is still very questionable considering the mass backlash that this game has been getting from not only this score, we see 29% off Google reviews, but the massive amount of fans who just simply do not like this game. Even the people who say they like the game don't like it for the narrative, they like it for the looter shooter aspects, which is also a little strange considering it's the most basic elements you can think of. But yeah, I just didn't like this game. It treats the DC universe like crap, especially the male heroes. The only one who gets respect is Wonder Woman for some reason. Doesn't really make sense, all things considered, that she's barely in the game. Like any of the DC heroes are barely in the game, and they're still treated like garbage. But you can also see from the player count that it seems rather strange that this game has a very positive rating despite the player base just completely collapsing on itself. Last time I covered this game, it had an all-time peak of 24 hours with 8,000 players. Now it's down to 5,000, and within the last hour, only about 3,000 players have played this game, which is still abysmal for a live service game. Remember, they are planning to deliver 12 iterations of Brainiac that you'll fight over the course of many different battle passes. Joker is first, not the actual Joker, some weak caricature of him. I don't even get what the fuck they're doing now. But yeah, there's also rumors that Deathstroke and Mr. Freeze will also join the game, which also will be just different dimensions of them, because in Arkham Knight, the Mr. Freeze DLC, Mr. Freeze makes it clear that he plans to die alongside with his wife Nora, who's also on borrowed time. And with Deathstroke, I 100% think they're going to do the guy injustice. But regardless, you can see that this game's not performing well, and it's collapsing even farther than Marvel's Avengers did in its first month. And you can compare this to other more acclaimed games like Baldur's Gate 3, which has seen over 100,000 players in the last 24 hours. Even Elden Ring has seen a good amount of players. And granted, I think this is because a lot of people are hoping that the DLC is going to come soon for the second anniversary for Elden Ring. But regardless, Elden Ring is also a quality game, and a lot of people still play this game because it's quite amazing. But yeah, you can see that the single player games are strongly performing, and this game is just flat out dying. And the difference between a single player game and a live service game is that single player game doesn't need strong numbers. The live service game definitely needs numbers because they constantly need to deliver updates for this game, and I doubt WB is going to be keen about putting money into a game where only about 3,000 players are playing the game, and they're not going to see returns on investment on this title. Like with Marvel's Avengers, they planned 10 years of content for that game, and it didn't even last a full year. Like, technically it did, but then it just, let's face it, it fell completely through. And we all saw the writing on the wall, such as when the Rocksteady co-founders left the studio right before the game was finished, and they've been apparently poaching staff from Rocksteady, at least OG Rocksteady, to start their new studio, so that's also very pleasant. But regardless, this game has been collapsing profoundly because it basically is just, it's not good. Like, even the most positive aspects of this game are mediocre at best in comparison to other titles. Heck, if you want a good looter shooter, even though it's been on the downhill, go play Destiny 2 or Warframe. Those are way better looter shooters in every way. And when it comes to the Arkham games, those also are far superior games, and you can get all the games, including Batman Arkham Origins, all 4 of those games, for less than 20 bucks on a good sales day. Either way, tell me what you think about this. I think this is just basically WB stating like, hey, the game is out. We're trying to return any money we can get on this investment, and it's just not looking good. Or maybe I'm wrong and the game will see a huge catapult forward, but judging by everything we're seeing here from the numbers, the discounts, everything. I mean, the game is not even a week old. I guess you can say it's a week old because of the digital deluxe edition, but it officially launched on February 2nd, so no, definitely not. And then there's also the high level of refunds that people have been getting for these games, for this game on Steam, because, you know, if you can get your money back, you might as well. But tell me what you think in the comments below. I honestly think this game is dead on arrival, and then once WB sees the numbers, they're probably going to start layoffs, and then likely put a skeleton crew on this game and just dish out the content as quickly as possible, or maybe cut the content in half and then just say deliver what you can. If you want to finish the game, that's fine, but we need this done by a certain amount of time, because I don't see a company like WB pushing money into a game that barely has 3,000 players for it, because I certainly weren't. But tell me what you think in the comments below. I love to hear other people's opinions. Like, dislike, sub if you want to go the extra mile. That's it from me. Bye.